Music.
Brick by brick by brick by brick by brick.
I own 100% of Barstool Sports. The sun, the moon, the Milky Way. It is getting so close, I can taste it. We can take a bite out of it. This is exactly, and I mean exactly, why Barstool Sports has to exist. It has to.
It is Monday, October 30th. We are live at Barstool New York headquarters. Today's episode of Barstool Radio is presented by Stacker2 Energy. These are not just regular energy gummies and energy shots. We are talking about extreme energy that kicks your ass into high gear. These bad boys are the motherfuckers of energy gummies. The Stacker2 Extreme Energy Gummies will jumpstart your game on the field, off the field, or in between the sheets. Imagine being like, time to get intimate, and you're like, hang on, I gotta go take something. And you're like, what? Like a little blue pill? Like, no. My Stacker2 Energy
You just
gummy.
pour it on your dick.
You want some B12, girl?
Yeah. Right into your pee-pee hole.
So, oh, geez. We're probably going to do a make good on this one now. Stacker2 Choose Explosive Energy isn't just coming from a can. It's a 6-pack of nuclear nectar that is portable, so you can take it anywhere, anytime. It's like having a 6-pack of energy drinks that fits right in your pocket, ready to give you that extra burst whenever and wherever you need it. So go to stacker2.com/barstool-sports for your Barstool Bite Back special. That's the Marv Albert special, the Bite Back. Get $5 off your purchase or $5 worth of free product at stacker2.com/barstool-sports. It's a Monday. Everybody's teams played. Some won, some lost, some look good, some look bad. So we'll get into that in a second. We'll do a little roundup of what happened in the social media world at Barstool this weekend. We'll talk a little Halloween, and we'll get to calls. Nice little show for you on a Monday. Tommy, the Giants are so bad.
I mean, let's not pretend like the Jets looked like fucking juggernauts.
That's my point.
Yeah. No, the Giants are...
Dude,
they're off.
That had to be some sort of a record, no? The Giants had -8 yards passing as a team.
Wait, really? Whole
And
game?
they almost, yes. Tyrod Taylor had 8 yards, and Tommy DeVito, I think, had 0.
I thought Tommy DeVito was going to be awesome.
Bro.
In my head, I was like, because he's
Tommy
a New Jersey
DeVito.
kid, went to Syracuse. I was Italian name. I was like, Tommy DeVito coming into the Giants Jet game is going to. We're going to write a book about this.
All the reasons you just mentioned are why he sucks.
DeVito, who's a good athlete.
Dude, when I heard that he has played at MetLife and won a state championship with Don Bosco, I was like, live. I'm like, this dude's been in this stadium before.
Do you guys know Don Bosco? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I know the lore.
For our area, like they're in Jersey. They're one of those teams that like didn't lose a game in like a decade. There's like the best football program up north. Don Bosco, I heard about like forever.
Bro,
And of course, Tommy DeVito played at Don Bosco.
Who are these?
One of my favorite stories that I've told a million times is a Don Bosco story where I got a buddy who's like super into high school sports, like just follows.
Weird.
Yeah.
A little bit, right?
Like,
A little straight.
and this is years and years ago, and we were doing a Kentucky Derby party at Cheah's on the waterfront, and a couple of the Red Sox came afterwards, and it was like Napoli and
Sure.
a couple of Red Sox players, and my buddy was just like making small talk with people. He's always like, "Where'd you play high school ball?" And he's talking to this guy, and he's hammered drunk. And the guy's like, "Oh, I played at Don Bosco." And he's like, "No way, dude! Like Don Bosco, that's a big school." He goes, "You know the guy who started today for the Sox, Rick Porcel? He's a Don Bosco guy." And the guy was like, "Yeah,
I'm Rick
Porcel." And my buddy, who was shit, just goes, "That's why Pablo Sandoval's been standing here the whole time."
That's unreal. Wow. That's great.
Pablo didn't speak a lick of English. He's just been standing there like this the whole time.
Listen, this guy blabber about high school sports.
I'm Rick Porcello is a fucking
Yeah, no,
great driver.
That's a classic Bosco name, too.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, that football game, everybody saw the most of us all watched the home opener or the season opener for the Jets with that disgusting game against the Bills since it was primetime. So everybody witnessed a Jets game that is super shitty but like super exciting. This wasn't quite as exciting, but it had its moments. But man, that was a bad game.
I mean, Graham Gano should be like taken behind a shed and killed.
Yeah.
Brian Dable's also an idiot.
Dude, just end that game. First of all, you're the Giants. You are 2-5. You're not going anywhere. Give the ball to Saquon Barkley, who probably 99% chance runs for
I don't know though,
foot.
but you know that it like there's no chance they're doing anything but giving the ball to Saquon. I am of the belief that a field goal kicker should be able to make a 40-yard, or it was even whatever 40-yard field goal. Like,
it's not a crazy thing to think.
Because then if he does,
it's like bad turf and it was raining and he's Graham Gano and you have Saquon had 150 yards, whatever he had.
Yeah,
and
he wasn't averaging like 7
win.
yards a carry.
Yeah.
He had that because he ran the ball like 50 times.
Right. That is true. But you only needed it was 4th and 1, right? 4th and inches, whatever it was. It was, or I don't know.
It was the Giants. They have bad players and they're poorly coached, and that's just a bad.
That's a tough combination.
They have like legitimately maybe 3 or 4 good players.
Yeah, that's not
on a roster of 53.
That's tough. The Jets are. I mean, the situation with center yesterday. The stat I saw the other day was great. Our guy Nick Mangold was the only dude who took a snap for the Jets. I think minus like 4 snaps or something like that. For whatever 15 years of his career or whatever. Yesterday, I think the Jets used 4 on the day. Three or 4 different centers in one game. Everybody's injured. They had a couple drop snaps and fumbles and whatnot. But like that ragtag line, I don't know if you guys saw that the spike that Zach Wilson got off. It was at a half a second.
And some are saying that the ref didn't properly spot that.
I think it's awesome. And I know I'm on the right side of this one, so it's easy for me to say. I genuinely think if I was on the opposite side, I'd be okay with this.
Oh, it's like that game was so. It's not like that was like
that's
an
not
unbelievable back and forth game. Yeah. That fucked the Giants up.
But it was funny that I think it was Xavier Newman was still center at that point. Like he spotted the ball, like he just grabbed it and put it down, and that ref just runs in and just. One finger taps it like we're good to go. But the fact that those guys have to run like 30 yards, get in position. If the ref doesn't make it, if one of those linemen doesn't make it, like whatever it is, that doesn't happen. The Giants losing that is crazy.
It's honestly probably best for the Giants.
Totally. I think you guys should be happy. But there was also a world where if Graham Gano kicks that or if Saquon gets that first down, if they went that way. They could have won a football game if they had -8 passing yards. I would have to imagine that's absolutely never happened before.
I was also wondering if
it would have to be a record. Yes. It would have to be a record by like a mile, right? Like a winning football team has got to have.
You'd have to go like there's
50 yards even.
I guess like pre-forward pass, I'm sure, but in the modern era,
As a quarterback, I was wondering he had a rushing touchdown before he had a completion in his career. Like how many times has a quarterback had a rushing touchdown before they completed a pass?
One too. I feel it's a little tough with Zach Wilson for me because
the Jets are starting to feel a little bit like a team of destiny.
You threw that around the other day too.
I'm telling you, there's something about.
I think you throw destiny around a little too easily. But I will say
I
this.
love talking about teams of destiny.
I will say, if it was a different quarterback who was just like a second or third stringer who was like. I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to be here, and they threw me in the mix, and like it's working. Not on like a Tom Brady level, but something like that, where it was like kind of this like feel-good story, as opposed to like we know what this guy is, and it's probably not going to work out in the long run. So we're just spinning our wheels here. But it's a very likable thing right now that like the offensive line is just like put together with fucking duct tape and just trying to figure it out. And they keep winning. It's not, if you play like that yesterday against a contender, you're going to get your fucking dicks kicked in.
Who do they play next week, the Jets? Oh, they play Chargers Monday Night Football. Yeah, so that's
yeah.
Chargers are good, but they're beatable. They're like a team that will
if all of a sudden you're 5-3 on like, I think it would be like a 4-game win streak or whatever, I guess you have to start to respect that, but it's tough when Zach Wilson is, it's like you're always going to have.
You call him dumb?
Yeah, he doesn't make the smartest of plays. He's not the most cerebral guy out there, but I don't know. God bless the Giants. They
think he's book smart?
Stink. You know what?
You think he was good in like school? Like he had good guys at SATs? Zach Wilson? Or you think he's just all around a dumb
I think
guy?
he's just dumb.
I hate. You know what happened to him? He went out to Utah on the bye week, and like a whole bunch of fucking mouth breather like sports radio callers and shit are like, "What are you doing?" And it's like,
That's what every quarterback does.
what the bye week?
They all go to Utah.
for?
They go,
Well, you know what it was?
They
No.
go back to their home games.
Joe Burrow, but isn't he like from around there?
Who?
Make that up. Joe Burrow,
From where?
He's from Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah.
So he was like, I stayed in Cincinnati, and it's like, well, I don't know. I feel like that's like home for you.
I mean, C.J. Stroud was at the Ohio State game last week. Like that. I mean, that's a pretty regular thing for young quarterbacks to go back to their game.
And or whether you go home or like it's like the whole point is it's like to rest up and reboot, and sometimes you need to get away from the fucking game for a minute. I think that's okay.
State Fair in Utah is probably the safest place. Anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Is it a state fair?
A state fair in Utah.
Yeah, I mean that's well, I think that all that kind of nonsense is bullshit. But anyway, the Pats played the Dolphins. More importantly, there was a little Nicky Smokes. Again, just to reiterate, the best smokes at the company, up against Dave in the gambling cave in Chicago. Sparks were flying there. That was, I mean, he was as in somebody's face, Dave and Nicky Smokes' face, as like we've seen. I mean, I guess there's already.
Seems like a pretty polar opposite to the relationship another Smokes at Barstool has.
Yeah, for real. Someone needs to do a side-by-side of that, of him like stroking you and petting you while being in Nicky's face. You're a punk. You're a punk. But yeah, there was some. I don't know if there's any specifically good clips that came out of that, other than there was just a bunch of screaming and shit.
He
But
was hugging him. Nicky Smokes was.
there was hugging.
He did like a thanks for coming out, like hugging him.
I hate that, man.
I'm a Nicky Smokes guy.
Are you?
Whenever anyone gets too much shit, I automatically side.
Yeah.
So it's like and he was getting so much crap from everyone. It's like shut
But I think
up. He took the fucking jump.
I feel like that's kind of over now. Like I feel like
I think
it turned a corner. It turned a corner.
Yeah,
But I was an early adapter on the Nicky Smokes. Once I saw the clip of him seriously saying how he would approach different girls based on like photos, and they turned out to be our coworkers. I was like, this.
Well,
person
no, they
is
were not our coworkers. They
So
were
a
not
couple of them were.
No, that was an edit. That was a.
Oh, that was oh my god.
that would've been
Regardless, just doing that with photos would be like, all right. So I walk up behind her.
Great clip, but that's an edit.
That was unbelievable.
it's funny enough without the edit.
With or without the edit, that's a level of broy stupidity that I will always
He's just
get
himself. He's like a
unapologetically
TV
Smokes.
character
Yeah.
that like is just a real person.
Yep.
But that was an edit. I got deep faked by Nick and KB.
He's a new gambling guy. I have always said.
Talk on the mic if you're gonna do it.
Embrace the new gambling guys. Very much pro Nicky.
If there's any
New
guy
gambling
who
guy.
likes to welcome in,
I know everyone's just sitting here letting that go.
yeah, no, like you know what Rico's always told me. He's always said, if there's any new guys who want to come in and Dave and Dan are going to give them all the attention, I'm all for that. That's what I want. I hope they sit down with that guy and do a lot of work with him.
So it's must have been such a funny dichotomy as like Dave is trying to sell the company to Penn, like to a gambling company, while at the same time we have a guy pushing out any other gambling employees that was possibly going to come. Whoever that would
And that guy's not
Change
here
your
anymore.
ways.
We got a new guy here.
Yeah.
Reformed.
Change your ways.
Yeah.
You saw that picture?
Which one?
Kills of the Flower Moon. What'd you think?
That
Bro,
picture.
you can call it a picture.
What the
Bro,
that
I like-
talkie.
How the?
I like calling it pictures or films. Drives
I'm
the talkies.
Actual
You go to the
film.
talkies?
drives them crazy.
Wait, how you couldn't have expected me to know what
No. That's what Rico does. Rico will say he'll give you the most broad introduction. He'll be like, "Yo, did I tell you about? You saw the thing? Saw the thing I was talking about? The other day, the thing."
saw that picture. We just talking about pictures of coworkers and pictures of girls. And you saw that picture?
Motion picture.
Yes, I did see the motion picture.
What'd you think?
I loved it. I thought it was really
Really?
great. Yes. I was a big fan of Kills the Flower Moon.
I
It
am.
was tough.
You didn't like it?
I didn't love it.
Why? Too much from the white man's perspective?
Did drag. I thought it did drag. I thought like I was waiting for the fireworks. It didn't seem like the fireworks were very deliberate. They told you what they were gonna do, and they went and did it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like any real.
It wasn't an action.
twist,
It was a
surprises.
story.
It was a-
I know, yeah, but it
Based
wasn't.
on history.
Yeah.
I hate to admit it. I think I'm on the Cheah wagon on this one.
Oh,
You saw it?
Yeah.
Really?
No. So see, that's where I am. they have a very hard line that I cannot be a line.
But that's only because of past.
so
if I wrote that same review, would you have agreed with it?
Yeah.
I could watch John Wick if it was 4 hours long and just constant fucking
no,
fighting.
dude,
And shit. I can't watch like a lull of
It was tough. I don't know how this, like, it just had no rewatchability.
Well, definitely not.
No.
I disagree with that, but I'm okay with that. Even that is like some stories you don't need to hear again, but you're just like, that was a great story.
Yeah.
Like watching, like I talked about that recently with like The Illusionist, where like sometimes you just watch a movie and you're like, oh, this is just a great script with a great acting and a great story, and like I'm captivated for 3 hours.
I do think the girl should win Best Actress, though.
Do I think Lily Gladstone should? Dude, the only.
She was the Native American girl?
Yes.
She.
The only other people I've heard of for Best Actress, I guess Margot Robbie's been thrown out. Dude, and I guess this was early, but people were like, it's Viola Davis in Air. I was like, Viola Davis was in Air for 30 seconds.
And it feels like
that movie
like
came out
18
this
months ago.
year?
Yeah.
That shit where
That
it's
was
like
one
at the end
I thought was overrated, too.
Air stunk.
Air was.
I thought it was
Air
good.
fucking sucked.
Air was good. Like, it was fine. It was good.
I thought Blackberry was
Blackberry's way better.
Blackberry
I gotta watch
Blackberry
that.
blows air out of the fucking water.
You know what I'm never big on? Like when they're throwing names out and they're like, Tom Cruise is gonna play this guy, like historically. And I'm like, I never care if he actually looks like the guy. For the most part, movies do get guys, but I know what Sonny Vaccaro looks like. Being like a hoops junkie, Matt Damon does not look like Sonny Vaccaro.
Well,
at all.
nobody else probably.
but that's more about the story.
You know,
That's more about the story than
fucking
the character.
Matt Damon plays the Last Samurai or whatever. Tom Cruise plays the Last Samurai, but you're mad about Sonny Vaccaro
I am.
because
He was-
you know
it's
hoops so well.
The whole
Fuck
time,
you, Rico.
the whole time I was going, that's not Sonny Vaccaro. And it was just sticking in my
One of
head.
like
Show
10
me.
people. in
Any other
America.
movie that I don't know, like what's the one with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Sharon Tate.
Who?
Margot
Oh,
Robbie.
yeah.
Robbie.
Right.
Like
the girl who got
like I couldn't
stabbed by
care less if
Manson,
she
right?
looked like Sharon.
Wait, I know Sonny
'Cause I didn't know
Vaccaro.
Sharon Tate. Yeah, okay, it's one film in 50 years, bro. I can pick my
Watch
battles.
this one. Send this to Nick
Dude,
too. We'll put it up on the screen.
I
This
just
is,
watched
Ryan
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
I just watched a movie called The Woman in Gold. It's not very good. It's whatever. It's had on the background, but Ryan Reynolds is the star of it. And at the end of the movie, they popped up the guy he was playing what he really looked like. I was like, I was like, come on, guys.
Oh, that's tough. But that doesn't bother me. Like, just
It didn't bother me. It's just funny afterwards.
It's
You're like, wait,
a rare-
that's
look at
that.
fucking guy.
That's a fucking. That's a
Palmer.
Just like Robbie.
That looks like Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
Is he still dead or alive? Kelsey Grammer could have played him.
Yeah,
Kelsey Grammer, is he dead or alive? He's got Frazier coming back.
Really?
Yeah,
Frazier's
Frazier
coming
came back.
It's gonna be terrible, but
Yeah.
you know.
You heard about Matthew Perry?
yes, I heard about him.
Yeah,
All right,
there's people telling jokes. It's horrible.
All right. I don't have a joke, but I do have a funny thing.
Some would argue a funny thing.
what- just say the joke.
Of a joke.
The
Wait,
I've-
I'm not trying to get canceled 2 radio appearances in a row.
never in my life, never in my. I text this to Nick real quick before I even address it. Have I seen such blatant fishing ever? We're gonna wait until this pops up. This was some,
for what, like
fishing for likes and like pandering, you mean?
like just fishing for replies.
We need headphones for this.
Picture of the fucking.
Who is this,
Can I guess
Gaz?
who posted this?
What's it say?
Zoom in on it. It says like I don't know. Maybe you can't zoom in. I'll check it out. It says it says
A lot of people coming by the Friends building today to pay their respects to Matthew Perry. Oh my God, guys. Yes. That post of yours of Matthew Perry.
Bro, my guy was out there fishing with dynamite yesterday.
That's ridiculous. Come here. Come.
I don't think
Come
that's,
here.
I don't think that's that crazy.
Oh,
I think
that's-
it's a thing you walk by.
Headline.
That's an all-time gasm.
Dude, I saw that on your Instagram yesterday. I was like, this boy knows what he's doing.
Reel them in, dude. How many replies you get on that one? It's this.
I don't think
Matthew
it's that
Perry.
crazy. I think you're fine. They think you're fishing for likes with your Instagram.
Not fishing for
not
likes,
likes.
just
For-
fishing
for
for
the
like a little
interaction.
couple.
Oh, like tossing a flare up there?
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous. I didn't think of that. I live right there.
That's right there.
Do you happen to live right there in the West Village? That looks
How often is
I
that
actually
work?
didn't know what that building was when I first moved there like 3 months ago. There's like always people out there, but yeah,
It was a lot of
Did you leave
a lot of RIPs. I was like, I never watched a second of that show.
Damn, I'm sad too, baby.
I had to
Let me console you, girl.
Gaz does a picture of him putting flowers down in front.
Friends together.
Dude, this is why Gaz is the best too, because he's just like, yeah, that's exactly why I did
I can just see Gaz outside lighting a candle, being like, "It's so sad. Do you want to go back to my place?"
It was sad.
Yeah.
It was sad.
Right.
Gaz is a big Friends guy too.
Never watched an episode.
Dude, that's why Gaz is the best. Because a million people would have been like, what do you mean? I was just doing this. He's like, yeah, throw a flare up.
Oh, you like Friends? I love Friends.
Bat signal. That's
you
what
like Friends?
Me and Glennie call it bat signal. You're in a new city, you find something to take a picture of, throw up the Geo. Bat signal.
You watch Friends?
Yeah, I like Friends.
Friends?
I actually think Friends, I mean, even before the Matthew Perry hate, like, I think, Matthew Perry death.
Hate?
Like, I think Friends was getting too much hate. Like, I think Friends.
I agree. I think it
people
came
are
back
like-
around.
Yes, it's like people are like, oh, it's so overrated. It's like Friends is objectively one of the best sitcoms of all time.
I don't want to get
The
it.
most successful for sure, but like,
But I think it's funny. Like, I don't think it's like I don't think it's the Big Bang Theory where it's like very like, you know, meant for a common denominator. Like, I think there's legitimately funny writing and like very good characters.
I mean, it's like it's a sitcom, right? Like, so I'm not going to judge
Right, I
it
mean,
by
it's
the
a
same
laugh track
standards
sitcom,
of
but
like
yeah.
HBO show on Sunday night.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, one of those things that people make fun of where it's like they're all like, you know, 25 years old living in Manhattan and have these like perfect apartments and they live in the, you know, all these things that are like unrealistic and make it very stupid. But again, that's, you know.
I've never put on an episode, but I've never not enjoyed an episode that was on.
I agree. That's actually a good way to put it. Is like Chandler was a great character. Chandler was funny. Joey being a dopey guy.
Time.
you know?
I don't care for Ross.
But
he bugs me, so does
Ross,
Phoebe.
I don't like him. But
People
like,
tell me I remind them of Ross.
That's tough.
that's tough. The Ross was like, you know, he wasn't good, but he was so pivotal for the Rachel stuff, and that's one of
You
the
could
most
argue he was the
iconic.
main character.
Isn't there something that they say that he's the one that has connections to everybody? I think there's a person that actually technically is like the main lead.
I remember when I was a kid, like whatever, 7, 8, my mom would watch it. I would just like watch it and be like, Joey and Rachel need to hook up. They're the two hottest. Like, it's the hottest guy, the hottest girl.
That eventually happened, right?
No, they like flirted with it, but they never actually.
They did hand stuff in one
They
episode.
went to second base. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly the whitest sitcom of all time. Like, nobody outside of our people
Is it?
likes it.
The whitest Friends?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Probably.
Seinfeld
At the end,
is
they
better,
threw
The
in-
Office is better. Like, people throw out those
Yeah.
debates. Like, that's fine. Those are better, but Friends is still, I think, really
All
good.
in the Family? That was 70s white, though.
Yeah, that I mean, they had
you're right, it's
the
Friends,
girl who looks like
without a
Tyra
doubt.
Banks is like, I don't remember her name, but she dated Ross for a while,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
pretty positive that was like, we need at least one.
Oh,
I don't think
yeah,
there was like
Charlie,
any
yeah.
black people for like
Yeah.
hundreds of episodes. I
Well, it's New
think.
York City, so, you know.
Yeah, there's none of those. That would never happen.
Why is he in a Why we talked about this a little over the weekend? Why are all these famous people dying in bathtubs?
I mean, you saw how eerie it is that it's like his last Instagram post was him in the hot tub.
No way.
Oh,
really?
that's what that was?
Yeah.
like minutes before.
No,
Or like it
a
was
few days before.
Yeah.
Got it.
Beautiful hot tub.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of times.
all of these famous people.
Whitney Houston,
Okay.
Bobby
That was a
Christina.
bathtub.
Same thing, a hot tub of water. Matthew Perry, was there like 3 or 4 others? That's too many.
Who was the second?
Bro, that's 3.
But there has to be more people. Can we like Google how many famous people died in a hot
but that
tub?
is a little weird. There's
Aaron
but-
Carter.
but-
There's another
because,
4.
I mean,
I'm heating up now. There's got to
everybody-
be like 4 or 5 others.
Everybody you're talking about, and I unfortunately think this might be true with Matthew Perry, is probably has some sort of substance abuse, and you get in a hot tub that's 100 billion degrees, and you start to like you get loopy and you pass out, and then you're in water and you drown. You know?
Yeah, I got it.
But also,
not like-
I would venture to guess that the celebrity ratio of dying in a hot tub is lower than the general
American.
public. It's like what they do
I
in
would say
football.
at
where
least-
Celebrity.
They're like, everyone in football beats their wives. It's like, actually, it's at a lesser percentage than the American public, just in case you were wondering.
Everyone in your regular walk of life beats your wives, not the football players. All right, we'll get to a couple other things, but I've been waiting to talk about this since I saw it. It's so bad, it's good. I will be honest, I was skeptical, and dare I even say confused when Stephen Cheah went to content. I remember kind of thinking, he's good at his job. on the back end. I actually need him. You know, I like him there. I wish he stayed there. What's he gonna do? Like draft mock drafts and stuff? I don't quite get it. And boy was I wrong. Even if Stephen Cheah had never done anything else and never does anything else again, this one tweet alone is worth his entire content career. Put it up on the screen. It's J.J. Watt in a bright magenta suit, light blue shirt, regular blue tie with a pocket square popping out. And Stephen Cheah says, J.J. Watt looks like the teacher that will respond, quote, I don't know, can you? When you ask if you can go to the bathroom.
One of the greatest tweets of all time.
Put it in the fucking Hall of Fame, right up there with the guy eating beans in the movie theater, right up there with, well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Yeah. There's a few Hall of Fame ones. That.
The Grink.
What's that one?
The Grink.
Oh, I love that one. Don't like the Grink too green?
No. I'm gonna pull it up, and it's because I remember it's.
Is this old or no?
Yeah, it's old. I forget his name, his handle. His name's Brett. I follow him on Twitter. He's very funny. But it came up recently because of Ginkle, the Diamondbacks pitcher.
Oh.
Ginkle. And he was asked like what his nickname is, and it's the Gink, the Grink, and it says okay, so it's. Me telling my story of how I survived a plane crash and lived on a deserted island for a year. Yeah, it was crazy. Friend who once got a text from me where I accidentally called the Grinch the Grink. Oh, was the Grink there? Classic. It is all time.
It is good.
It's I'll say his handle.
I would love to have one of those tweets.
Merman Fit 5. MURRMA.
Yeah, it's over there in the sun. Who was that? Riggs, right? There was the Trill Withers with the she'll text you right back. There's like 5, call it a top 5 that people are like, everybody knows that tweet. I would love to have. Yeah.
I think it's hard to
get
one of those tweets with a blue check mark.
Yeah, I agree.
I think people don't retweet one of those.
Yep.
They're like relatively at the time not that known account.
Totally.
No blue check.
I don't think people like to when it's like if you think it's a comedian. If
right.
You know who's like trying.
If they're trying.
It's like, well, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's like, yo, this just random dad said the funniest shit I've ever seen. Did you see Ice Spice had retweeted it, but I went back to the original. The girl said, ass so fat, I have to manually spread my cheeks to fart. Manually capitalized.
Meek loved that.
Yeah, he did.
Because Meek can relate.
Meek is doubled over, dude.
Oh my God, Meek.
Let her out, Meek. Laugh it out. You like that one? That's a good one, huh? It was a funny fucking tweet.
Right in the
Ice
cheeks
Spice
to fart
said,
is an all-time move.
What's that?
Spread in the cheeks to fart.
Yeah.
But you follow Ice Spice?
I think I do.
That's an odd follow.
Yeah, I don't follow her.
On Instagram and Twitter?
Let me see. I mean, it definitely. I never know anymore, bro. It pops up on my my page. Sometimes I'm on the For You. Sometimes I'm on following. Let's see. Ice Spice. Wait, Ice Spice World. Wait, where is she? Is she not?
With shadow banned.
Different name.
Imagine that.
That was a great Sunday conversation with Ice Spice. That was
that was not.
so fuck.
Looks nothing like
Sexy
Ice Spice.
red.
Sexy red. Ice Spice's pussy.
like couldn't look less like Ice Spice.
Yeah.
Ice Spice.
To be fair, they are both black women, and that's what's confusing.
I'm gonna go.
But in Pat's defense, they're both women. So Pat sees.
Yeah, they're all the same.
No dick.
I can
You're all
call
the
it
same.
if you guys want.
I'm trying to find out. I feel like I'm.
That's like Bill Belichick being like fucking snap face. Like, they're all Ice Spice.
Dude, you know what's so unbelievable? The amount of tweet stealing that goes on. Like I just was Googling, searching the words to find the original, and just everybody uses the same exact fucking thing. Anyway, I can't find Ice Spice's thing, so maybe I do follow her, maybe I don't. You think that would be that weird, huh?
I think Ice Spice is a wild follow. Like what's your?
Let's see.
To be fair, I haven't followed anybody.
No, I don't follow her. Yes!
I don't know how long.
That would have been weird. I was ready to say that weird. Now that I don't, it would be fucking crazy if I did. She has 2.1 million followers. She.
Meek, do you follow her?
Of course I do.
I think it's weird that people. I think it's kind of crazy. She's like a sex icon. I mean, do your thing, girl, and different strokes for different folks. But
She looks like Annie.
she's 23 and
She
looks
does,
even younger, and it's like that just weirds me out.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're 20, 21, 22, 23, all more power to you.
Jersey Jerry follows her, and Rudy follows her.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, that's the
Rude boy.
No rigs in there.
I was gonna say it. I didn't want to put on blast, but usually there was always a trio of you could guarantee it was
Smokes.
Lenny,
I follow
Smokes,
girls.
Riggs. Yep, that was always.
Not on Twitter though. I don't follow girls on
You have a hickey?
No.
You do.
I don't have a hickey. What are you?
That was the worst poker face I've ever seen.
I didn't think you actually did.
No, I don't. What am I, fucking 13?
Pull it down.
Your face is so red, Tom.
I really don't.
That's why you wore the hoodie. Pull
It's getting ready.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You know exactly where to pull the hook.
Look, and he's not even. He knows. He's so caught.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, how did you get a hickey at the age of, what are you, 27?
I don't have a hickey.
That is insane.
I might be a rash.
Tommy.
A rash on a girl's
Smokes,
mouth
no.
sucking on your
I
neck.
must have what a disgusting angle of my face.
Smokes.
They're all bad.
Smokes. You were on the fucking. You were in where? In Texas this weekend.
I was in Austin for the big Whitney tour. Yeah, I don't know. I've been having like a rash right around my.
Bro, it's a bruise.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, bruise.
It looks nothing like a rash.
A bruise from a rash. What are you
rash is
talking
not the way to
about?
describe it.
Just making things
Wait,
up.
explain to us what happened.
A girl suck on my neck.
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Who are you with?
Rudy, Billy,
Anybody from here?
Joey.
Ben.
There they
I mean,
are.
nobody.
There we go.
This
No,
was
that's
not this
from-
weekend. That's the nasty 9.
Nasty 9.
Will Levis gonna be a great quarterback.
Yeah, he's starting this weekend, right? Or
Start
Thursday night?
through 4 touchdowns.
Oh, we already played? I thought it was
Him.
Why do you
We
have
could talk about. It might not be a hickey. I don't.
that is something
I see?
that if it were to happen to me,
What side do you think it's?
it's
You have a DH?
little Frankenstein, just a little
Dude,
fucking.
I saw that. That was like the first thing I saw when I looked at you, and I was like, that can't be a hickey. Don't.
I had
was
a.
such a bad- I don't know what
I almost
would've-
considered us switching seats today.
I'm just glad it took the attention.
Just walking away, like walking this way the whole
very
day.
weird.
just
Like it was.
left only.
It's so weird. Like for like growing up, like hickey's up there with like fucking. Like quicksand, where like things you think are gonna come into play at all times and they just don't. And
I never had a hickey until like I'm.
Today.
No, I've had like
right now.
3 hickeys in like the last 2 years.
Get it, boy.
I have too many for a 27-year-old. But if this was one,
Was it like a nibble, like a bite? Or
I don't.
It's like
Yes, you
grossing
do.
me out.
I don't fully remember. It was
Hey, Whitney.
what?
You hammered?
I don't know. It could have been. It could have happened anywhere.
dude, I've never seen someone more uncomfortable.
We need a body language expert in here.
Just like hugging yourself for comfort. Like we'll get through this,
His arms
Tommy.
just keep going more and more around his own back. At the end of it, he was like this.
Fully around.
Yeah, I got it.
Dude, I mean,
That's kind of sick.
I always thought it was
Hashtag
crazy.
smokes for Forbes.
The
should Instagram
getting a hickey, if you're not in the teens, I think is crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if someone was like sucking on my neck long enough to do that, I think I would get out.
You lose folk.
Are you a
you
neck?
lost to the
Are you a
sauce.
return neck kisser? In my old age,
This is like a.
I've stopped messing with the non-erogenous zones. I don't really do too much neck kissing these days.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. This will be my last hickey ever. I'm making a
famous last words for a guy who's had them 3 in 2 years.
If this was a hickey, it'd be the last one. ever.
Tommy's only wearing turtlenecks from now on.
I'm just like The Rock.
Because there's a boof on his neck, whatever. Did you have any plan of attack there, like what you were gonna do when it got noticed? Because if that was it, that was terrible.
I
just hoping to get away
honestly
with it?
forgot. Like I wore a little cover up the other day from
Did you?
Rudy.
How long has this been going on?
No, just a few days. couple days.
Rudy had cover up with him? Yeah. That's the story. Yeah. That's me.
Yeah. Is that his fucking little makeup thing?
You know, it is, I honestly,
just the homies
traveling to college towns with cover up, bro. Come on.
Just the homies doing makeup on each
Rudy's
other.
30.
That's why he's got the cover up.
Yeah, I'm 27.
I'm going to ask Rudy to call in. Let's see if we can get the rude boy on. That was so funny the way how badly you reacted.
I mean, I didn't. I forgot. You know, I forgot. I should have come up with something better. But.
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised by. That you weren't like, oh no, I had this thing on deck, like, you know.
Snap a picture.
There was there's nothing else.
I mean, dude, there was 2 summers ago. It was like June of 2021. I came in with one, and I was wearing a neck gaiter. And you and like Big Cat were on the rundown. I don't think Dave was here. You're like, tell me, why the fuck are you wearing a neck gaiter? I was like, COVID. Like the cases but it was like very not COVID zone. You know, what are you gonna do? I thought the hoodie would work.
The Hickey, there's nothing.
Tommy's just like this.
like they're
Full
like
spoon.
Like if you had a black eye, you hit a doorknob or fell or whatever. Like a Hickey, like.
Yeah, you just got.
I was bored vacuuming. Like, there's nothing else you can say.
I was bored vacuuming.
There's no other way you can get a Hickey other than a human being sucking on your neck.
We're gonna get Rudy's gonna get a Zoom link sent to him, so we'll get to the bottom.
Figure out why he has cover up.
I remember like I seen TikToks and like videos recently where people are putting a cold spoon against it and like all these like remedies to get rid of hickeys, and it's just like, again, unless it's like the very first time you're hooking up and you just don't know what else to do, so you're just sucking and biting and doing whatever. I can't imagine at this age, Tommy.
My freshman year of high school.
I can't imagine it either.
My freshman year of high school, the baseball team would give each other hickeys.
What?
Yeah, and it was like a thing. It was like a thing.
Like kiss by kissing each other.
You'd sneak up on someone like in the dining hall and like suck their neck.
Yeah.
And it was my freshman year, so like I
said yeah, just for the sake of the story moving.
Hoping this would
no
end.
idea. Yeah.
But it was like one of those things where like, it was one of those things where it was like, if you got accepted, you kind of had a Hickey. And like I was a freshman, so I was like a little bit on JV baseball, but I'd practice with varsity sometimes. And I would sit there during my lunch just being like, and I never got one.
For business.
I was like, hey boys, just see what up. You want to accept me onto the squad? Like, no, this is how everyone eats their chicken sandwiches. Like,
I don't get why people think you're gay.
I have no idea.
That is
never got one. Dude, there was one kid, another freshman, who just was covered in hickeys, and I was just so jealous. I was like, he would have like 10 hickeys. The guys loved him.
Was the pass around party bottom of the fucking baseball team?
pass around party bottom.
The baseball team? Yeah.
God.
Oh, you're not familiar?
No, the papib.
The pep.
That is a tough one.
Fun to be.
Oh yeah, we got the headphones. So let's get Rude Boy in here. Who? So, Rudy. Obviously, we're making fun of Tommy, but he tried to flip the script and put it on you.
Well, no, you guys. I didn't. I mentioned that you gave me cover up, and they were like, "That's so weird. Rudy has cover up." I was like, "Yeah, that's fucking weird."
The twist, it was Rudy who gave him the Hickey.
So what happened with Hickey Gate as far as just give us what?
He walked down for breakfast, and it was like the classic Hickey story where like I'm like, hey, what's up, Tommy? And then first thing I saw, I was like, holy shit, you have a huge fucking Hickey. And he was like, I know, it's not even noticeable. It's not even big. Like, you can't even, and the whole day he was just like, I can't even see it. You can't even see it. He was putting a comb on it. It was just a classic.
A comb? Is that one of those things?
Yeah, I looked it up. You're supposed to comb it out or something.
I feel like that's a trick, and you end up making your bruise worse by combing it.
Yeah, that could be the case.
I'm imagining it was probably worse, too, off the bat.
What? It looks fine. It's not that.
It actually I waited 20 minutes, half hour to bring it up, however long I did. Like,
Did you notice it from the beginning?
It was the very first thing I noticed, but then I was like,
Immediately.
I was like, that's weird that I haven't noticed this birthmark Tommy has, because like it is kind of faded.
Yeah.
It's a little brown.
Fuck.
There you go. Birthmark.
And then like I just saw it in the right light, and I was like, oh no, that's a Hickey.
So you carry a cover up for times like this, Rudy, or what?
I just had some because I went to a wedding last summer and I had a zit and I was getting ready at my parents' house because it was in Colorado and I was like, God, this fucking zit. My mom was like, oh, I have this like little cover up. It's like lips. It looks like chapstick, but it's just a little bit of cover up. And I put it on and it was just gone. So I just had it in my like to-go bag or
Just,
whatever.
you know,
and I was
these
like,
fucking Barstool bros, man. All they do, get hickeys and share makeup.
Use makeup.
dude, I mean, if you're breaking out, it's actually so clutch. Like, you can call me a femboy if you want. It's actually so clutch.
We were talking at Frankie's wedding. I think you determined that you were drinking the amount of alcohol you were drinking was giving you were breaking out, and I remember your face being like, "Oh no, like I don't want to stop drinking.
Yeah.
This sucks." Just keep that cover up rolling, man.
It's the ultimate give and take. That's why the cover up is the ultimate salt, dude. You drink, you booze, you start breaking out, you just gotta, and then you just keep adding things on. Eventually, I'm just gonna get Botoxed.
How is what's going on in the rude boy world out there?
Nothing, dude. Just finally recovering. Austin, the Pink Whitney tour has been awesome. Tommy, I think is in the lead right now of being just an absolute, whore because he's got a hickey. But
we had a fun. Me and Rudy had a fun weekend together. You know,
How, over
we spent
under
some game together.
Over under 6'10".
Over.
Tommy takes down the Giants, man.
yeah.
So you're back in Chicago now?
Yeah, back in Chicago, and then we got Boulder this weekend, which will be super fun. Back in Chicago right now. It was a rude awakening. It was like 35 degrees this morning in Austin. It was like 85 and gorgeous. So.
Well, while we got you here, we kind of got sidetracked, but we'll bring it up with you on the line. We are discussing the Stephen Cheah, TJ Watt tweet. If you haven't seen it, just all-time bad/good. I still don't even get. I mean, I know what he's talking about. If
He saw,
say, "Can I go to the
saw
bathroom?"
that phrase describing someone else and was like, that's a great related
Well, yeah, that's
phrase.
like a meme for a tweet format.
Yeah.
For, but
and it's
like,
it's been a thing. It's a classic dad joke, teacher joke. Can I go to the bathroom instead of saying may I go to the bathroom? Like I get what it means, but I don't get why
he just had that. He's like I'm on the lookout for someone who looks remotely like a teacher, and then
but I don't think he found someone.
He did not know. He did not find someone.
No.
He was like,
Teachers don't wear pink suits.
Did you see Ken Jack's Photoshop the reader added context? It said no teacher has ever remotely looked like that in the history of teachers. That it's a one of a kind Cheah thing though. It's just like it's better than like a oh, did you buy that? That's fucking hilarious. I didn't know there was a reply there. That's good on JJ Watt. What a response. One of the all-time moments, Frank.
Opens it up just a charred black fucking thing.
Yeah. It's one of those tweets too where he sent it and he's like, all right, here we go, banger, send it. And then he's like,
I mean, I guess we should get him on too. It was like I was trying to like looking at it. I'm like, is it the jacket? Is it the way he's sitting? Is there something I'm missing?
the classic 6'5", 280-pound teacher.
Wearing a pink suit.
A purple suit. Yeah. I mean, dude, he did the right thing. Like, the only thing that would be worse than that is if you tweeted that and it just flopped to an audience of 0.
Yeah, that's true. That's the more depressing thing.
Like, if you're gonna make motion, you got to do it one way or the other. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, like, he made motion in the bad way.
Yeah, he's probably raking in those Elon bucks right now.
There needs to be like a penalty. Like, at the end of the month when money's about to go out, someone does an audit and is like, this was so colossally stupid and bad.
Yeah, if you get ratioed, it's
Yeah, that should be. For every one too many responses over your retweets, you lose $1 or some shit like that.
No, if you get, they should make a ratio rule where if you get ratioed, then the person who ratioed you should get the money.
I like that. Competitive Twitter. That would be great. If you get reader
That would
added
make a lot of
context, you
people to
lose
sit
it.
in the pocket, and I don't know if they'd throw. It's scary.
What's are you still doing your streams and whatnot? I know you were cooking with those,
Yeah.
doing some ridiculous shit for subscribers on Twitch.
Yeah, so the next one, I'm streaming tonight. I'm back on FTS week. For those that don't know, it's full-time stream week. I've been sort of slacking on the streams, but FTS, I'm going every night this week until we go to Boulder. And then the next milestone on subs is I'm going to get a cat, and I'm going to let the chat pick the name of the cat.
Bro, cats are hot in the streets.
Bro,
Really?
KB's got what, 5?
KB has 5 cats.
No, I made that number up.
No, he's got one, but he's gonna have a whole litter.
May as well be 5.
Fucking love it.
Who was this?
KB.
Are you? Is this a sneaky way? Like the last time when you were like, "I'll dye my hair if I lose," and you looked awesome in it.
Yeah.
Is that this? Like you wanted a cat, or is this?
Yeah, I do want a cat, but I figured we may as well. Like, the reason why like people would want to like sub or whatever is because they get the chance to name the cat, and it's gonna be some ridiculous shit. Like I know this cat's gonna end up being named like Saddam Hussein or something.
Yo,
You should do one where if you get to a certain amount of subs, you have to vote Francis off of a reality show.
Oh,
Dude, I want the
Pro
cat.
bono.
I want the cat named Saddam Hussein, but it's pronounced differently. So you still have to spell it, but you just have to correct people.
Sad.
It's Saddam Hussein.
Sad dude. It's sad to Hussein. I mean, let the people name him, but I almost think you should just skip the whole process and just name him Saddam now. That's so fucking funny. I mean, cats are not like dogs where you're gonna like be in the dog park and people are gonna stop you and be like, "What's his name?" But anybody that does come over the house, you're gonna be like, "That's Saddam."
Rudy, I am allergic to cats, so it might prevent me from like staying over your apartment.
That's why I'm getting it.
Yeah, that's the plan right there. When does dozen start for the people who are not doing play-ins?
I actually have.
I have played my game.
You played it.
I've played it. I don't think it airs till next week, but I have played
for the season.
Okay, so yeah, are we almost done with the Make-A-Wish tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who like only
Not
one
official
team?
who's in yet. Like 6 more teams are getting in.
6 more. Oh my.
How many total teams are there?
There will be 18.
That's
Jeff
good.
D'Lo is like the amount of questions that guy. He's got to know every piece of information available on Earth. Jeff D'Lo.
I'd
has to know.
imagine it's either gonna get easier or harder. I can't decide, but like.
But I think there's unlimited trivia questions.
Yeah, but if
Drew,
you're
trivia
writing
questions
them-
being formed every day. This time you have a Hickey. Yes.
That's true.
I would love a Barstool only niche like tournament with dumb questions like that. You know?
Yeah, I mean that was some people have had that as their like niche category.
I've tried that,
Barstool
and then
history.
they told me no, but then other people got to do it. Jeff just making up the rules as he goes, as always. But so we'll be back in action. Your mom, you guys bounced to Chicago, so I guess we always play over Zoom anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We'll just have to be in person when we win the championship this year.
Absolutely.
All right, Chicago's going good though. I know things are starting to cook a little bit more out there. So
Yeah, the new office, we're able to be in it now. It's like 50%. I think like by next week, maybe the week after, it'll be fully open. So that we're gonna have like a big video. Should be sick. I mean, it's fucking awesome.
all right, good stuff, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, later, boys.
Catch you later.
Yep.
I tried. Cheah is not available right now, but I can't decide. I don't know if he followed up on Twitter at all, but like, was it one of those things where he was like, "This is what my teachers look like," or
I
he was
think
like,
he-
"Don't you get it that?"
I think he was just like proper
an
like
asshole?
leaning.
Is this just like this guy
I
an
think he
asshole?
saw J.J. Watt looking unique, and he was like, "Let me think of a funny caption." I think it was more likely that he was like, "What caption can I fit for this picture?" and not "What picture can I fit for this caption?" But I don't know how that brain works.
The robot brain. I mean, that is all-time bad. We also were trying to get to the bottom of the rear admiral situation. I thought he was suspended one day, one game, one pod. But you're saying that was an old
I think it's an old clip. I don't
of
know.
him being
but
shit-faced?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that clip before for sure. I didn't make like, or at least that style of it. Maybe they did another one, but like, I'd be. I feel like I've seen Dave in that suit. saying.
Well,
saying those
I think he may have been suspended before, but I
words.
wonder.
He has.
Yeah, that video was from 2018.
Which
Quote tweeted it.
What was he?
video?
What was he suspended for the first?
Rear Admiral being drunk or
Yeah.
Dave?
Dave.
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
So this did not happen at all recently.
Oh.
None of it.
No, I think this was a non-story.
That's what I believe.
That's the vibe I got.
Oh, I thought it was like he did it again or something like that.
No.
And it was like, oh, Dave's already made that suspension video, but we can just run it back and use it again.
No, I think because the video is very specific. It's they were interviewing Brooks Orpik. I don't think they interviewed Orpik recently.
It's it might be old, but it is. I mean, he was hammered at that. I think I've heard stories of that, but I did not know it was quite on that level. So okay, that's kind of a non-story. I almost didn't even want to bring this one up because it almost made me uncomfortable in a way.
God.
There's something
Made me
like,
kind of horny.
Maybe I was gonna say maybe this is my brain. I'm happy you said it because I can just say you're the pervert. But maybe this is on me for thinking this way. But there was something bizarrely perverted about Frank the Tank and those mascots.
I thought it was furries at first.
Yeah, maybe that's it. It feels a little furry-esque. This is
One of them's got the tail coming out of their asshole.
disturbing.
No, dude, I was giggling at this.
Frank,
I
you
was very high last night. I was eating a cookie very slowly, and I was watching. Not this video. Quiggs did an edit where it was like, I think Quiggs said like 20 minutes after I take 5 milligrams of melatonin or something like that, and he had like it's like a very like acid trippy edit, and I was watching that just laughing my ass.
Dude, I don't even know if you need an edit. That is acid tripping.
Frank's giggle.
I mean, look at that. Look at that. Like, look at him getting fed the ice cream one. That's perverted, right, dude? What is like the audio?
He's just going.
Yeah, I love that. The Frank giggle. He's trying to dap it up.
That was. Why are all those mascots in one place?
Wait, so who made this with this weird music?
Quiggs.
Quiggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is funny. This makes me feel like a
Where was this?
horror movie, like a snuff film.
It's definitely a Devils game, but it's Devils, Kraken, and then I don't know the other mascots. And I don't know why there are so many mascots. I'm assuming the Devils played the Kraken, but I don't know why the other ones are there or what their deal is.
Oh, it's so good. Just the giggle kills me.
I mean, when they're like petting his bald head and shit.
I don't know how you. I was like, did he kiss him? Well, I could see Frank being more off put by it, but I guess like no, we didn't technically kiss him.
He got SA'd by one of the mascots. Right on the mouth.
Dude, that was that. He lived the dream I wish I had freshman year with the baseball team.
And that's called a callback in the biz.
Let's take some calls to wrap it up if you want. 888-786-6522. That's 888-78-STOOL. Or something like that. 888-786-6522.
888-STOOL22.
That's it. STOOL22. Tomorrow we will have a Halloween costume contest.
What is the deal with that? Explain that to us. Well, you're a host.
I'm a judge. So
who are the other judges? I think Keegs is a judge. Who's the third judge?
Mean Girls.
I think it's Gaz.
Gaz, are you a judge?
Can you give me some details on like what does Halloween cost? Is it just straightforward or what is the prize?
Is it for a video?
Yeah, we had kicked around that idea of.
It's just to keep people busy.
I mean, I've seen every other outlet and every other podcast like in the world just dressing up and doing it. I mean, you guys did. You did the Ellie Bieber and
people eat up us
Yeah.
in costumes for our YouTubes are up like 38% in the first day. All you do is throw a wig on and you get numbers.
There was such a funny comment from the Man Mafia over the weekend. Pat, Pat went Mean Girls and was talking about his relationship status.
Briefly. For like a half a second.
And
cash prize, Gas said.
Do you know the number though? Okay.
We don't know how much.
Who decides that?
I don't know. I just got the email and I was like, "Are you sure you want me in this thing?" And then that was it. And then
Whose idea? Who's like the
Keegs?
Keegs is doing it.
President Keegs.
So it's you two and Keegs are the hosts.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, you're a guest. You're a judge.
I gotta dress up. Dangerous.
Oh, you're dressed up. Oh, buddy.
Do you already have your costume?
Yeah, I got it. I got one.
Oh, it's at your desk.
He's dusting it off.
Too soon.
What player?
What? I mean,
I want nothing like.
I want Gaz to dress up as
It would be funny if you just.
The judges have to dress up too.
And you need to do some racially ambiguous. Do Rachel Dolezal, do Sean King, all those people who nobody really knows for sure.
Blake Griffin.
what are we now? I'm trying to get because look, maybe I'll partake, maybe I won't. What are the judges looking for in this? You guys looking to get
I thought
turned
you're
on?
not a judge.
No, I am a judge.
Oh, judge.
So
I
like.
was just gonna dress up because I mean, if I'm gonna be a judge, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
want to sit there. Like,
You got to lead from the front.
get in the mix. Yeah.
Oh, well, now I got to,
What are we looking?
Don't be a dick, dude. That's like ruining the curve. I remember famously, not famously because you guys don't know the story, but in the olden days at Saloon for our Halloween party, which used to be fucking awesome. It used to be insanely packed and it's disgustingly hot, so I could never go there as an adult. But when I was a kid and didn't give a shit about that, the Saloon Halloween party was, of course, one of those deals where it was like $10 all you can drink for like a billion hours, and just the most amount of smokes, the greatest fucking costumes. And I made the mistake one year of just saying $1,000 prize for the best costume. Or I might have just said costume contest, I think, $1,000 costume contest. And there was a girl dressed up as Eve from Adam and Eve who had on a nude bodysuit and just had like little leaves covering up the essentials. Super hot. And we were like, she wins, here's $1,000. And there was a couple there that was full-blown avatars. I'm talking platform shoes that made them like 8 feet tall, body paint, professional makeup, blue, like they looked like they were straight off the fucking set. And they were like, what is this bullshit? And I was like, well, first
You
of
don't
all,
look as hot as
weirdos.
she-
Naked.
You see, like hot girl, weirdo fucking sci-fi freaks. And then it turned out that their father or uncle, somebody in their family
Is James Cameron.
was like had mob ties.
Oh.
They were connected, and that guy. And in hindsight, I was like, I don't think mobsters send emails to like blogs, but I got like a strongly worded email being like, you fucked my family, whatever, out of this money. And I remember being like, I blogged it. I blogged it being like, no, I blogged them, the couple. Like, look at these fucking like assholes, because they were being like super rude about it. They weren't just like, hey, we think we have the best costume. They were making a huge stink. So it was more I blogged making fun of them. That's what it was. And this guy reached out like, hey, you talking about my family that way? And I feel like either Dave knew or somebody knew that he was like somewhat connected, and they were like, don't fuck around with this guy. And it was like, it was early on. It was probably like 2010. So it was like it was the first time that I remember being like, I'm not touching that. Like,
Mom had better things to do than defend Avatar.
Yeah, well,
So you're saying I have to dress like a slut to win the contest?
Yeah, long story short. Maybe I'll just be Tommy Smokes and just roll up.
What are you gonna be?
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. Well, I'm going tomorrow to Brooklyn to a studio to make some songs for a Smoke Show season finale episode.
Oh.
Music.
Very nice.
And then we have the bracket 100th episode in the afternoon.
Glenny, you dressing up? Yeah.
I like
Nice.
Who you got? Oh, you want to keep that on the wrap?
that. Girl, dude. I think you're gonna marry Angela White one day.
I would love to marry Angela.
I bet you would.
I'm a massive fan of Angela White. I don't know if she's gonna come in here now.
She's
coming,
very cool.
I'm from Germany, so I don't know if she's gonna be here in time or not.
She's in Germany right now?
Yeah.
Wow.
But we're supposed to do a video tomorrow night. We're gonna go to the Halloween parade. But do a little man on the street, me and AW. But
Hey, Doug.
A-dubs.
Root beer.
But yeah, no, I ordered a costume. I don't know if it's here. I gotta find it.
You don't want to reveal it? You want
It's
to?
just a, it's a plug in an outlet.
Outlet.
Dude, Joey's been throwing around some wild costume ideas.
Such as?
I'm like, I can't
Plug in
even
an asshole?
legally say. I'm like, dude, this is on what planet?
Did he do some pedophilia shit?
No, it was just what? No, it was just some stuff where it's like, take a second and think if this would actually work.
My favorite costume that maybe I've ever seen, greatest couples costume ever. Did you see the Randy Johnson?
Yes, that was very good.
That's really good.
If that couples costumes is one of those things where like, when you're younger, it's like, is it gay? It's like you dress up with your girlfriend for Halloween, that's fucking gay. And then you get a little bit older and it's like, whatever, who cares? But, and then if you get a good idea, it's actually like kind of fun. Randy Johnson, the people, I mean, there's probably a bunch of young people who don't even know it, but Randy Johnson with a mangled bird is blood-covered white bird.
They still probably would have lost to Eve, though.
Absolutely. Anybody who walked through that door was losing to Eve.
When you said Eve, I thought you meant the singer.
No. There it is. I mean, that is so fucking
Weren't
good.
you just talking about Eve this weekend?
I think so.
Was it you who was it like when we were out this weekend where you were like, I think it was you who was like, I had such a crush on Eve. I was like, yeah, that was probably a sign.
Yeah, I liked her tattoos on her tits.
You're like, I liked her short hair and her tattoos.
It's like I just have you seen the girls who do the ghosts, but they have their titties out with the two things on it?
That's great.
You never seen that?
The holes.
They put their tits through a sheet, and then it's just the woogly eyes, and they're walking with their boobs going all different directions.
It's Instagram war zone all weekend.
Oh yeah.
Absolute war zone.
I mean,
This weekend?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm so happy.
You're getting old, you didn't see it.
I was like, I didn't even know it was Halloween this week. Mm-hmm. I say that both on Instagram and in my travels around New York City. I saw a handful of costumes.
Really?
Maybe.
Oh, I saw a ton.
Well, what I get is no longer the hot Halloween. I get like the kids' Halloween.
Yeah.
So I know it's all
No, I'm in that
Halloween
sweet
because
spot where it doesn't
nothing.
exist.
You get nothing. That's fucking
Every
great.
Instagram story I had the night sweats.
Anyway, the when you were talking about your relationship shit, somebody in the Man Mafia told Pat, "Chin up, panties down." I was like, that
to make me a registry for my new apartment. I was like, all right, maybe I'll take you up on that.
Fuck
Joey
yeah.
has a big fucking registry. He's probably got 6 figures worth of fucking.
Joey has just a
barrel in his
registry
apartment.
for like his life.
Yeah, for his life. That's a
I
real thing.
kind of love that.
That's
And he'll
like
plug it
porn stars
every
do that
show,
all the
yeah.
time, and they get like MacBooks and shit.
Oh, yeah.
But just
Oh, like Amazon wish list or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, lady, check out my wish
but
list.
to call it
I've
a
added it.
registry or a wish
Yeah.
list, that is
Very funny.
That's fucking. Hey, if you can get it, get it. So, all right, let's wrap it up. Tomorrow we will be back, same time, same place.
Are we in costume on the show tomorrow, or are we?
I would say so.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I gotta get a new car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a costume.
Hell yeah, let's go. Also, coming up on November 8th is the Barstool Sports Invitational in Chicago at the Wintrust Arena. It's FAU versus Loyola Chicago and Arizona State versus Mississippi State. Tickets are available if you're watching on YouTube in the link below, so get those. And we will be back tomorrow, Tuesday.
Clem, are you dressing up tomorrow? You dressing up? Yeah, I thought.
Clemmer's just gonna walk in as himself as a ghoul. Just, I'm a.
You got Mike right there. I don't want to know where
Look
you're
at
being,
me.
but
I'm just Clemmer the ghoul.
I'm not a ghoul. I'm a regular person. I'm a good
You're a
person.
banshee.
No.
I didn't say you're a bad person, but you look like a ghoul.
Big head. We're gonna walk around, Mr. Potato Head.
Skin tight like long pajamas with just the bones on.
do you have do you have a
great
costume
skills.
that's like I feel like you could be like in one of those like you just have a costume you are every year, or
I don't want to give anything away, but expect a lot of pubes.